You've been regular on the Jets starting 11, mostly this season. How have you found that?
Yeah, well, at the start of the year, it was quite hard to get a starting spot because we're going away every few weeks with the under-20s, and then coming back, it's good to get into a routine and to be able to start. I'm at a young age right now, and I know that I have a lot more development ahead of me, but it's good to be starting, and it's really good for my development.
And those regular games is helping your confidence week in, week out playing?
Exactly. I think at the start I was quite nervous, and centre back's a position where you need to be strong, comfortable, and people get that confidence off you, and I think in the last few weeks I've been showing that.
And you joined the Jets January last year, so it's been basically 12 months. I mean, how's your time been in Newcastle?
It's been really good. When I first come in, I think I got two or three bench appearances last year, and then that was sort of my plan to come in this year and try and get as many starting appearances as I can, and everything's sort of gone quite well so far, so I'm quite happy with how it's been, and the Jet staff and the coaching staff have been really good, and the administration staff have been really good with Robbie and Troy Palmer, and they've made it really easy for us.
Has Gary Van Egmond been happy with your development?
Yeah, I think so. I know Gary a lot from the AIS, and we've been together, and from the World Cup, and I know what Gary wants, and he knows what I can give him, and I really like working with Gary. He's really good with young players, and you can see that we have a lot of young players here, and yeah, he's a really good coach.
And what's it been like playing and training with Emile Heskey? I mean, how's that impacted your growth as a footballer?
Oh, it's unbelievable, especially because I burst him in training one-on-one, and I'm a defender, he's an attacker, and we go up against each other, and I've definitely learnt a lot of things off him, and with his strength and how to approach that with other players in the league, and he's given me a lot of tips on how to defend as a player.
And after the Under-17 World Cup, you had a lot of offers, from overseas, both in the A-League and overseas. Why did you choose Newcastle? What were your reasons there?
It wasn't too far away from home. They had a really good thing going here with the youth team that they wanted to bring in, and Gary Van Egmond, knowing him, Arthur Pappas at the time was here as well, so that was a big factor. Meeting with Robbie Middleby and coming to watch a game and seeing the fans and what they're all about, it was unbelievable, that first game that I saw, and I just fell in love from the start, and yeah, that was basically a big factor of coming. And
you had the offers that were from England and Germany clubs?
Yeah, I'd been over there before, and I think it was quite hard because I don't really have a European passport, and that was a big factor as well for staying here. But
sure,
the A-League's getting better every year, and right now it's a very good competition, and I think that I still have to be here for 1 or 2 more years to progress, and then hopefully after that we'll see where I am.
And is that your goal to play overseas at some stage?
Of course, it's always been my goal to go play in the biggest leagues and in Europe and countries like that, and yeah, that's hopefully what I can do.
There's a lot of talk on that with Tom Rogic and Bernie Abini moving over. Where is the best league to go to? Is it England? Is it Scotland, Holland, Germany, etc.? I mean, have you, in an ideal world, have you got a preference where you'd like to go, after the A-League?
I've been to a few countries in Europe. I've been to England, Portugal, Spain, Germany. I really liked Germany and England, and Portugal was a nice place. I think it's just at the time what suits my style of play, and we'll sort of, nothing's come of it yet, and at the time if something comes up then we'll assess it then, but Germany was quite nice.
And you captained the Joeys at the Under-17 World Cup, and you're in line to be in the young Socceroos in the Under-20 World Cup. I mean, what are you expecting from that tournament coming up this year, the Under-20s?
Well, it's a big tournament. In previous tournaments, I mean, you've had players like Lionel Messi and top players have been in this tournament, and it's a showcase to the rest of the world of your talents, and hopefully I can be in the starting lineup and can play a lot of the games, and I have been so far, so that's been quite good for me, but I've just got to keep that going and keep playing well here at the Jets first, and see what happens.
How do you think the young Socceroos will go in that tournament?
I think we have a really good team. I think when we all come together, the European-based boys and the Australian-based boys, I think we're going to have a really strong team and we'll compete.
And you've been in the Joeys, you're now in the Young Socceroos. Obviously the Socceroos is the next one down. I mean, is that your goal?
Of course, I've always wanted to be a Socceroo, and that's definitely the major goal in my life, is to represent my country at the highest level, and that is it. So hopefully it may take a few years, may take 10 years, I don't know. Maybe I'll never play for them, but that is the main goal.
As a central defender, I mean, growing up, have you modelled your game on anyone, or any particular, centre backs that you enjoyed watching and how they played the game, either Australian or international players?
I think I modelled my game a lot on Lucas Neal and Gerard Piqué from Barcelona, players like that. I like to model my game on not just one player, like a lot of players, and bring all the attributes together.
You grew up in Liverpool in Western Sydney. What's your opinion of the Wanderers?
The Wanderers, they've been doing really well so far. My dad was actually a member of the Wanderers, so they've done well when they come in. Popovic has obviously done a really good job recruiting players in such a short time. They're doing well right now. As a club, I mean, you can see that they're doing well with their fans and everything, so yeah, they're quite a good club.
Have you been surprised how well they've kind of done in terms of the support, and also on the field in such a short amount of time?
I think everyone sort of knew that the support was there. I think that's why they put a club out there, that as long as the team's doing well, the support will be there. I think in a lot of places, and Western Sydney is it's a stock place for people that love football, and I mean, I've been from there, and if I wasn't a footballer, I would support a club like that, and yeah, they've done really well.
And I guess looking ahead in your career, I mean, what are your main goals? Is it playing for Socceroos, playing in Europe?
Yeah, that's basically some of my main goals. Just I've always had a main goal of playing in Europe and playing for the Socceroos, and they're basically two big ones, but I'll focus on my game now, and hopefully I can get there.
And playing in the A-League and internationally in the Joeys and the Socceroos, is there one player who stood out as a striker who's been really particularly hard to play against, who's given you a lot of problems, except perhaps Emile Heskey here at the Jets in training?
Yeah, I think in the Under-20 World Cup there was some really good players. There was a kid called Zabore from Denmark, and he was an absolute monster, bigger than Heskey basically, and I was a bit smaller then, so it was quite hard to face him. And then we had Adrian from Brazil, and there's a player now that's at Chelsea who's played some first team caps there. And I mean, with players like that, you just got to come up against